ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure, or at least a certain amount of pleasure, to introduce the one and only Mr. Mark Rutterford.
I shouldn't have done that really, but hey, it's a new year and this is like a party. And I haven't been allowed to go to a party for over 15 years. My last party was in April 2007 and Bath City Football Club had just won the Southern League. That's the league below, 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 the Premiership. Got that? After some lean years, City were finally on the way up. There was hope, even on the days when we played shit and the referee was obviously prone to masturbation. We were organised, we had a team, there was singing on the terraces and the songs reflected our upward mobility. There used to be a song when Bath City won a corner, but in 2007 the song said, "We're gonna win the league." That's what we hoped, and much of this hope was down to a super fast, super thin and very bald striker called Scott Partridge. Scotty scored a hat-trick once to win an FA Cup tie. It was at that well-known mecca of football, Havant Town. The 400 City fans that had poodled down the A36 rejoiced like I'd never seen. And when the third goal went in, there was a mass chorus of the song that ruined my life. Oh, I sang my heart out and was taken to a higher plane. It was like I'd found God, only God wore a black and white striped shirt with a number 10 on his back. And I worshipped every week and sang his hymn as often as I could. And life just got better. Oh, there was a huge party in 2007 after the last game of the season, and we were crammed into the bar for video highlights, speeches and a bloody big drink. Each player was announced onto the stage and those that had their own songs had their own songs sung at them. And finally it was Scotty's turn. And I was one of 500 people, boiling hot, elated and slightly pissed, that sang his song. And Scotty waved his arms and sang his song back. And I welled out with indescribable happiness. It was the best feeling in the world and I've never forgot it. Now, when I say I never forgot it, I mean I sang that song to myself on the bus home. I sang that song in my head as I dropped off to sleep that night and on first waking the next morning. It was on the Champions DVD, recorded for all of time, so when I needed it, which could have been quite often, I could play it to cheer me up. It became a bit of a personal theme tune. I'd hum it without realising. I didn't notice at the time, but I know now it got on people's nerves. It came out at the most inappropriate of times, a sort of auto-response to extremes of emotion. When the dog got run over, I was found in the park, trailing the lead and singing out loud. At my nan's funeral service, we sang Abide With Me, the Cup final hymn, and my brain had made the connection with football. So as the congregation sat down to pray, despite my girlfriend tugging at me, I burst into Scotty's song. Oh, Linda was embarrassed and getting a raw deal with me following the City home and away, but she was tolerant and understanding until Valentine's Day. I'd promised to make it up to her. We went to a posh country house for the night. Our romantic candlelit meal cost more than my season ticket, I'll let you know. But I didn't mention football or Scotty once. We drank pink champagne and after the petits fours we went to our room and kissed before shedding our clothes and slipping between the soft, silky sheets. It was a very special night. Oh, there are obvious jokes about 45 minutes each way and changing ends at half time, but I am not going to cheapen the memory of something that was beautiful. I was lost in the rhythm, our rhythm, although Now you come to mention it, it did have a familiar beat. And as we reached our climax in ecstasy and, you know, fellas, with a degree of relief, I cried out her name. Oh God, oh yes, I love you, Scotty! Linda noticed, then hit me, then cried. And by breakfast, we were no longer an item. I lost my job too, just as we won a big order from Japan. As it was announced by the chief exec, there was applause and backslapping, and one of the now ex-employees shouted, "Get in there, you beautiful bald bastard!" Sorry. The descent was surprisingly fast. The therapists called it a late diagnosed something or other, a condition, an illness, and I felt under pressure. I watched Sky Sports 1, 2 and 3 as much as I could, every single day, mostly in the pub. And one afternoon I fell asleep on a bench in the high street, in those empty hours between the end of the racing and the start of the football. The hours of documentaries about Alex Ferguson and Frank Bruno. And I was dreaming about Frank, as it happens, that day. So how was I to know it was a copper shaking me awake instead of Mike Tyson? I was still asleep, really, and in my head I was in the ring just defending myself. But the poor bloke fell backwards and hurt his head. I said sorry. I pleaded guilty. And it was awful. The arrest, the cell, the court. I sang and sang and sang to make it not better, but bearable. Did I tell you I said sorry? I said sorry a lot, in between the singing. Sorry. But they sent me to prison anyway. It's hard for me to talk like this. Some people in prison weren't nice. They were real criminals, not like me. There was a lot of bad stuff going on. A lot of bad stuff. Stuff that makes the other bad stuff I'd seen, even Yeovil Town, look like nothing at all. I'm glad to have that in the past. But I'm all right now. Sorted and more. It's taken a few years, but I'm cured apparently. I passed all the tests, including the Lionesses, the last 2 World Cups, and Hamza winning Strictly. They said I'm fine. I have good days and bad days, but there's someone assigned should I need it. And by and large, the medication keeps me in check. Telling stories, like tonight, has been a big part of my life since City won the Southern League. It's helped my rehabilitation. And I wanted to say thank you to audiences like you for that, and to Philip tonight. It means a lot. In fact, I wanted to make tonight really special, a real celebration. So I stopped taking the tablets last week. So I could show you I'm okay without them. I wanted to show you that I'm not mad, never have been, and I'm not cured. Never will be. I'm City till I die, I am. Always will be. Yours until I die tonight. So I wanted to share a few special words with you to the tune of Winter Wonderland. I wanted to give all of you the chance to be as happy as I am and to sing Scotty's song. Feel free to join in. There's only one Scotty Partridge. One Scotty Partridge. We're walking along, singing a song, walking in a Scotty Wonderland. Now I meant to say, so now you know, that was a secret. It's a secret to a happy life, in real life, my life. It's my happy place, my happy song. So if I'm having a bad day, or I'm in the dentist's chair, or I'm feeling a bit down, I sing Scotty's song. And the absolute beauty of the song is that you can make it your own. You just need a 2-word name that matches the rhythm of Scotty Partridge. If we were in Bath, we could be singing There's Only One Royal Crescent. But as we're in Bristol, we could sing There's Only One Bristol City, or One Bristol Rovers, if some of you are up for that. Anyone here have a 2-syllable first name, followed by a 2-syllable second name? Because we could be singing about you. But now is the chance for us all to be happy. This is the first Saturday night of the new year in the aptly named Alma Tavern. That's the 2-syllable plus 2-syllable Alma Tavern. So happiness tonight has 3 ingredients. As you've heard, it's the tune of Winter Wonderland. Second is this fine establishment to celebrate and to thank the Alma Tavern, a collection of up for it, slightly boozed up individuals, otherwise known as you. So I'm going to ask you to sing with me and be happy right now. The words are really quite simple. There's only one Alma Tavern, We're walking along, singing a song, walking in the Alma Wonderland. 431 times, okay? All right, maybe twice. Twice. But the song, life and happiness, they all follow the same rules. The more you put in, the more you get out. So, you can stand, you can sing, you can clap, but let's create some noise and make everyone downstairs think we have completely lost the plot. Who's with me? 2 choruses. There's
Only one Alma Tavern, we're walking along, singing a song, walking in an Alma Wonderland.
There's only
one Alma Tavern, we're walking along, singing a song, walking in an Alma